Well, what is going on, fellow farmers? And hang on, wait a second. I don't think that's necessarily correct. Let me try that intro again. Hold up, just 1 second. Welcome back, fellow truckers and friends, to American Trucking Simulator. Now, I must disclose, I've had this game for quite a while. I've got a little bit of time in it. I'm not by any means an expert in American Trucking Simulator, but nonetheless, it's a very fun game to play. We have all of the DLC installed, so we're going to be able to kind of talk through all the different options that you have available here on American Trucking Simulator, especially if you're not, like, if you're just getting into the game, or maybe you've been thinking about picking up the game. I'll say absolutely go ahead and do it. The other day I was looking at this and it was like $5 on Steam. You can't beat that anymore these days. I mean, $5 to pick up what I consider to be a really fun game. To me, I'd just say go for it. Worst case, you don't like the game, you're out $5. You don't have to purchase any of the DLC, nothing like that. But I will say the game is fun, and I'm very excited to get into it. And if you guys are just as excited for this series, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content coming out on Misled Farms and Simulations. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into it here. So we own our own transportation company, and we're now open for business, but sadly, we lack any money to buy a truck. For now, we're going to have to work with other companies as a driver for hire. Our task is to safely deliver a load of stones to the Betchel Dock in Topeka, Kansas. Yes, we're starting in Kansas. I think like base game maps is California and Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. But you can buy like DLC and the expansions to get Oklahoma, Montana. I think Colorado's an option. And then Texas, Kansas, yeah, so on and so forth. There's a lot of, this game has grown a lot since it first came out. Your employer has provided you with a vehicle and will cover all expenses. Don't let anyone down and arrive on time. So if you are, again, new to American Trucking Simulator, basically what you see with this is exactly how it sounds. We have to pick up different jobs and deliver cargo and goods to different locations. And the one thing that is very cool about this game is it's not like you're just going to jump in and within 5 minutes you're at your destination. There is actually quite a bit of work that needs to be done in order to deliver everything. There are some trips that are going to be upwards of 1,000 miles. You get to travel between state lines, as you can see here. So let's go over everything. Up across the top, we have all of our information. Now, I do have a mod installed that just kind of keeps everything minimal, but gives me all the necessary information. So we have our current money, how fast we're going, what current gear we're in, also our fuel for our truck, the little stick figure man laying on the bed there. That is how tired we're getting. We have our in-game time, and then our delivery deadline, and then how far we must go in order to deliver this cargo load here. So I do have to admit, I kind of got to reacquaint myself with the buttons here a little bit. So let me go in and just kind of check out what some of the button mapping is, and then we are going to get on the road, deliver this first load, and then we need to think about what we're going to do to purchase our first truck, or if we're just going to keep basically borrowing rigs so that we can deliver cargo to wherever it needs to be, build up our bankroll a little bit, and then be able to purchase our own truck. All right, we are all set up and ready to go. So just kind of a quick rundown here of everything that you can do. Up on the D-pad, because I am using an Xbox controller, will change our view throughout the whole entire trip here. Have a cinematic view, and then we have the in-cab view, which is actually pretty awesome. And then there's a lot of different things you can do. So left bumper is going to turn on our left blinker, right bumper is going to turn on our right blinker. If we hit right on our D-pad, it's going to turn our windshield wipers on, and then we hit it again, it's going to increase the speed, and then hit them again to park the windshield wipers and be done with that. And then we have left on the D-pad is actually going to cycle through your lighting, so your headlights, turn on your brights. And I will say, in this game, you can in fact get tickets for running around without your headlights on. You can get tickets for speeding, you can get tickets for running red lights, all sorts of different stuff. So it is it has a very real sense to it, in the fact that you can't just get into this game and absolutely do everything it is that you'd want to do. So we got nobody coming from the right, nobody's coming from the left. We're going to go ahead and maneuver our way out here. Then we have our GPS down there in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Now, the side mirrors, you can toggle those off. I do like, however, to utilize the mirrors. Will kind of shift through all of our views here. Looks like we're going to be banging a bit of a left and getting onto the highway. Go ahead, merge over here and get on the old highway. What highway we on right now? 70? I think I've actually, in real life, I do believe I've driven on Highway 70 before. Traveling out west a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our headlights back on. So when I'm in cab, I like to at least have one of our side view mirrors on for the right side of the cab, and then use the stock one. You could turn over and look at it, I guess, so as we run off the road here a little bit. And with that, with me running off the road, I will say that there is damage in this game as well, too. So you can damage the trailer, damage the load, and also you're gonna have to do routine maintenance on your truck to ensure that everything is working as it should. Now, you'll see down in the left-hand corner of our little GPS box that we actually have the speed limit. So the speed limit for where we currently are is 65 miles an hour. And basically, we're just going to follow our GPS route until we get to the delivery point. We're currently 31 miles away from the delivery point. And then you kind of, as you drive around the maps, you uncover or explore certain areas. So there's going to be truck dealerships. There's going to be headquarters that you can purchase. There's going to be garages, service stations where you can get gas, all sorts of good stuff. Like I said, the game just has a very good sense of realism to it. Very, very much a simulation type game, I would say. So we are all set here. I cannot remember how to engage cruise control, so we're going to have to keep an eye on our speed here just for a little bit until I remember how to engage cruise control. I felt like... Oh, man. Yeah, I got to relearn all the buttons here a little bit. But it looks like we're getting off at our next exit here anyways, so we'll go ahead and merge over. I really hope we're at the right exit. It kind of looks like we are. We're going to jump back over into this lane here. Sometimes the GPS can be a little bit hard to decipher where it actually wants you to get off the highway at, but nonetheless, we have made it. Make sure we stop at our red light here. I hope they have right on red here in Kansas, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it happen. Now we got to swing this just a little wide here so we don't run the trailer into anything. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well executed left turn. We're going from farmer to trucker here on the channel. Gonna test our luck here in a different line of work. We're gonna be a jack of all trades here before too long. We can farm, we can ranch, now we can drive truck. There ain't much we can't do here. And you can see like the actual speed limits will change as you progress throughout the area that you're currently in. And if we look down at our GPS in the right hand corner now, you can start to see there's a whole bunch of different icons that are coming up. So we have a recruitment agency where we can actually hire other drivers to work for us basically once we actually get a garage and we can afford additional trucks. But it looks like right here is going to be our delivery point. Off in the distance we have a hotel. It looks like we also have a maintenance place. And I'm assuming it's probably going to be, hopefully, a gas station around here somewhere as well, too. Now, when you deliver your cargo load, you have different challenges that you can complete as far as parking the trailer. Once we pull into this green square here, it should give us the option of where we want to deliver the load to. And each parking spot is going to basically give you an additional amount of XP for completing it. So if you're someone that wants the challenge, sometimes it's going to require you to back the trailer up into a pretty tight spot. But for today, we're just going to take the easy one here. Once we click on this, this actually is really not that bad because you really could just pull up alongside the building and then just back straight into here. And it's pretty much going to be an easier 25 extra XP. But we'll do the we'll play it safe for right now option, and we will just pull straight ahead and detach from our trailer. Okay, I guess we just went ahead and skipped the parking. No big deal. So there is a leveling system in here, and that was worth $683 to take that load 50 miles. So we basically made what would that be, like over $10 a mile for the most part on that one. Not bad at all. All right, so with that, we get our headquarters after we complete the first job here. So our headquarters is going to be based in Topeka, Kansas now, which means if we drive all the way across the map and we end up in Montana or we end up over in California, it means that our headquarters is all the way back over in Kansas. So if we wanted to get back to our headquarters, we would absolutely have to drive all the way back across all the state lines to get back to our headquarters. It's a pretty basic garage. It may not be much, but it is a start. Absolutely it is. Unfortunately, you haven't gotten anything to park there yet, so there are no trucks in sight. That is unfortunate. Once you've earned enough money and bought a truck, you will be able to move in the world freely and run your own business from here. Good luck. Well, we do appreciate it. All right, so taking a look at the menu system here, the UI, it can be a little overwhelming when you're first getting into everything here. So we'll take a moment. We'll just kind of go through everything so you guys can get a feel for how everything is. Our trucking company is Misled Trucked Up. Yeah, I couldn't really come up with anything any better than that. I was trying to be fancy, but we were running out of space, so that's where we ended up at. So first and foremost, what we can do is advance further in our career. We get to the bank. We can also take out loans and stuff like that. Right now, the only thing that we're going to be able to do is hit the job market and basically take a quick job. That's all we're going to be able to do. It's automatically going to put us into a truck. It's going to have us attached to the load, and it's going to give us our destination of where that load needs to go, and then we can start earning some money that way. Once we advance far enough, we'll unlock the bank. We'll look at probably taking a loan so that we can purchase our own truck and do stuff like that. Now, there are mods out there for like hard economy mode for this, and if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing, then maybe what I can do is set up a second playlist on the channel and have it just be American Trucking Simulator hard economy mod, and we can play through that way. Basically do like a start from scratch on American Trucking Sim. But for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what jobs we have available. Now, once they pop up over here, you'll be able to see you can filter or sort all the jobs by price from highest to lowest, meaning how much money that you're going to actually make. And now we can see this one here, and it's going to give you basically just a little bit of a route. So they want us to go from Topeka to Phillipsburg, which does not seem like it's going to be very far at all. And it's $5,300, might as well say $5,400. All the rest of these are just going to continue to kind of go down in price. And the thing with that is, though, is they may be just as far, if not a little bit further, maybe. Yeah, like there's one for 203 miles, but only pays $3,700. I think for right now, I think we just take the fertilizer contract. Listen to me speaking like we're playing Farming Simulator, but it makes sense. We'll take the fertilizer from Topeka, Kansas over to Phillipsburg, and then once we arrive in Phillipsburg, we'll be able to select different jobs from there as well. And ideally, what we want to do is, as you guys can see, we got Montana, we have Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, all different states. We could realistically, in essence, end up driving from Kansas. Like I said, we could end up driving from Kansas to Washington, maybe. Who knows? It's kind of exciting to think about. So there may be some episodes where we do some maybe longer road trips, if you will, but they're going to pay out very well. Well, all right, here we are with the dual Penske trailers. We're going to get this fertilizer on the road here. This is actually the same exact spot that we had just departed from for our first contract that we did. It's kind of like the intro to the game. The way to tell if you've been somewhere already is if you look down at the lower right-hand corner at your GPS, you'll see anything that's kind of highlighted in that orangish color is an area that you have already been to in the past. So with that, we're ready to get on the road. I mean, we have 211 miles. We have 4 hours and 10 minutes to make the delivery. I don't really think we're going to have any problem making it there on time. I'm going to go ahead and turn my blinker on a little early here. And you know what? I think we will do the in-cab view for the most part here. We'll go ahead and turn our lights on so we don't get any sort of a ticket for that. We have a couple vehicles coming from the right. How's the left side looking? Not too bad. We get a chance here. We'll pull out and we'll get ourselves on the road and start pounding down these 211 miles. Make us a nice little $5,400. All right, we are officially on our way, and I'm starting to see the signs that say lane ends, so we're going to need to merge left here soon. We got a red car coming up on our right, and then we have another car behind them, but sad to say, we're just going to have to kind of go ahead and merge over. I hate to cut people off like that in a semi, but we got to do what we got to do. Speed limit 65. We may or may not be able to get all the way up to 65 mile an hour while we're here on the flats. We're going to get up to probably about as close as we can to 65, and then we're going to hit the cruise control. Looks like we're going to be on some back roads here for a little while, which is nice because we'll pass a gas station. We should have enough gas to complete the contract. I don't think we're going to have to stop for any gas. Oh, it looks like the cars in front of me are stopping, though. They must need some gas. Yep, go ahead, get up on out of my way. I appreciate it. Thank you much. Traveling on down the North 75 here, leaving Topeka. Where are we going? It's like Phillipsburg or something like that. Phillipsburg, Kansas. Well, I gotta say, once we make the left here, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be, it's gonna be like a straight shot right to our destination. Got about 175 miles to go until we get to where we need to be to drop this fertilizer off at Tractor Supply Company. Which, it is a mod, or actually, I can't remember if the mod is for some of the destinations where you have to deliver items to, but there are a lot of mods out there for this game that kind of give you some, like, realistic billboards while you're traveling alongside the highway and all that. It's very nice, just adds another sense of realism to the game. But as you can see, the scenery in this game is absolutely beautiful. And the states, like California, for an example, like when you're driving through some of the busier, bigger cities, they are absolutely busy and big. They replicate real life as much as they possibly can. There are even construction detours that you have to take in this game, which can be painful sometimes. You can drive at night, drive in all sorts of the elements, which I would be very curious about if we eventually do make our way up into some of the northern states, is do we actually have snow? I just had to talk about the construction up here. Oh yeah, right lane closed ahead. And you can even see they put up the portable traffic lights. They control the one-way direction traffic here. So just very, very realistic. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating. You'll be, you know, like 30 miles, 40 miles from your destination, and suddenly you hit traffic. There's a road closure for an accident or just road construction in general. So they reroute you, and it kind of takes you up and out of your way. Your GPS will automatically adjust to the new route that you have to take. And conveniently, when you've about arrived at your destination, the detour is undoubtedly going to add at least 20 to 25 miles to your route. It never fails. Never fails. Gentlemen, I appreciate it. As per usual, just standing around, no one's doing any work. Yet we got the road closed down. That's about right. Truck, you need to get it moving there, bud. All right, Marysville discovered. So anytime you cruise into a new town, new city that you've never been to before, you will get a notification saying that you've discovered a new location. Once you discover the new location, things like the hiring agency, any garages or any place where you can actually put your headquarters will start to populate. There are truck dealerships, and there's different brand truck dealerships. It's not like a one-stop, one-kill type deal, one-stop shop, I should say. There'll be like a Volvo dealer, there'll be a Mack dealership, so on and so forth. So very, very custom. If there's a particular brand that you are fond of or that you want to use, or you just like the look of a little bit more than any of the other ones, you at your leisure can definitely shop around all the different style trucks that brand may have. You're not just limited to this generic, maybe fake brand. They do a very good job with replicating the trucks as close to real life as possible. Speed limit's up to 50. I got to imagine the speed limit's probably going to break back off and get up to 65 mile an hour. There it is, actually right there. Perfect. 65 mile an hour. Be able to stretch our legs a little bit. Got 130 miles to go. We got 2 hours and 32 minutes to get there. This is gonna be, this is easy 5,400 bucks right here. Oh, a little combine harvester, got a little off the beaten path there. You ought to stop on by Bucks County there, bud. I'll show you how to run that combine harvester. Got a little paraglider over there. That's cool. Nice touch. Nice touch. That's probably something you would expect to see out in the flats of Kansas here. And that is something too I'm going to enjoy about being on the Kansas map, is it's relatively flat out there in Kansas. At least the short amount of time that I spent out there seemed relatively flat. So it does seem to be one of those things, like you can have this very easy route where it's just like a straight shot right to your destination, but suddenly it just seems like there is just an exorbitant amount of road construction taking place. But nonetheless, we're a law-abiding trucker, so we will go ahead and stop here on red. Skies be looking a little overcast this afternoon. We might be driving into some rain here before too long. We did just pass a sign a little while back, 77 miles to Phillipsburg. We're at 60 miles currently to go. So we got a nice little prop plane up there. Look at that. Yeah, I like it. It almost looks like that might be a crop dust aircraft. We'll see if he dives down a little bit and does any crop dusting. I don't think so. We're gonna miss it anyways as we go down the hill here, and we gotta stay on our own side of the road. Here we are staring off at airplanes and stuff like that. Oh, he's getting kind of low. I don't know if he's necessarily doing any crop dusting, but he's down there pretty low. Oh boy, oh boy. We're about to drive right over there and check it out. Oh, my speed limit turned red up there at the top of the screen. I didn't realize that the speed limit had dropped down to 45, and I was doing 65 as we approached this little town here. Now we're currently down to 35 mile an hour. Phillipsburg right there. Got to keep going straight ahead on the 36 to get there. Perfect. We are 24 miles out right now from our destination. And the other thing I did forget to mention too is once we get our own truck, we are responsible for managing our own rest cycle. You can get fined for driving tired. I did forget to mention that earlier. So there is some method to the madness, because if you have to rest and then you take a job and you're going to sleep away time that you probably needed to complete that contract. So there is a bit of management involved in this game as well, as far as when you're actually taking your rest periods and accepting contracts and making sure that you're rested enough to complete them. And along with that too, there is also way stations. So that's something that we're going to be looking forward to experiencing here in the future as well, is when we actually have to pull over to a way station. Now you get like a little in-game notification that will tell you to pull off at the next available way station. And then you'll pull in, get weighed, and then you'll depart from there. If you skip the way station, obviously you're going to get a ticket. And also, if you come into the way station over top of the speed limit, of course, you're also going to get a speeding ticket for that as well, too. All right, cruising on up to the Tractor Supply Phillipsburg discovered. Let's get up here and see where they want us to deliver this cargo to. I'm thinking this right here is going to be our left turn. The car behind me is probably pissed right now. I'm coming to almost a dead stop to make this turn. Don't cut it too shallow here. Don't want to hit the street signs. Look at that car back there riding my bumper. Like, come on, man, give me a break, bro. I go wait for the gate to open up. These gentlemen out here waiting for their fertilizer to come in. They look a little sus if you ask me, but that's okay. None of my business what's going on with this fertilizer. Oh, you know what? Actually, I might have passed the point to where... Let's just go ahead and test our backup skills here with this dual trailer. There we go. All right, so look at that one. Woo! 270 XP for doing that one. Man, that is that's pretty crazy. So we'll go ahead, select this one here. Not bad whatsoever. Let's go ahead, confirm that. Now we're gonna do our best not to skip the parking sequences again, because this XP does add up over time. Yes, it may not be a lot, but nonetheless, it's more than zero. Here we go. They highlight the area for you where they want the truck and trailers parked at, and as soon as you get lined up correctly in them, that whole outline area should turn green for us. Boom. We'll decouple the trailer, detach from the truck, and that is a job well done. 330 or 366 XP. That's going to take us halfway through level 1, closing in on level 2. More importantly, though, $5,300 for Misled Trucked Up. And then we also now have a skill point. So what we can do here is every time we level up, we're going to get a skill point that we can put into any one of these different categories here. So what we'll do is just kind of do a quick overview of all of these different areas. So with hazmat transportation, again, as you level up and unlock your skill points, as I mentioned before, it's going to offer you the ability to haul hazardous cargo, which of course is going to mean that you're probably going to make more money for transporting those loads just off the fact that they are hazardous. Long distance deliveries up to 400 miles will get a 5% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 250. And then 25% experience bonus for delivery distances longer than 250 miles. So as we rank up long distance, what that'll do is actually allow us to take deliveries that are upwards of 400 miles, 650, 1,000, so on and so forth, until we reach the max, which is rank 6, which is deliveries anywhere. That's where we can get into driving from Kansas all the way up into like Washington. I'm very tempted right now to put our first skill point into long distances, because with increased distance comes more money that we're going to make off of those deliveries. High value cargo. All cargo is valuable, but some loads are more valuable than others. Companies trust only proven experts to carry out these kinds of deliveries. As a reward, you will get And we can take a look through here and see at rank 1, 5% higher reward, 18% experience bonus for a high value delivery. And then from there, basically the reward just continues to go up and it maxes out at 30%. Fragile cargo, pretty much the same exact thing, starting off with a 5% higher reward, 22% experience bonus, and then all the way up to a 30% for the reward. Just-in-time deliveries. So sometimes companies need to deliver something important quickly, so they call for a just-in-time job. Such work puts more stress on the driver. The delivery window is tighter, but the compensation eases your level of discomfort. So our window to make the delivery is going to be a lot smaller, but the payouts are going to be a lot larger. And then we have fuel economy, which, you know, realistically, this is very important because you do have to pay out of pocket for your own fuel. But it's not something that I'm immediately worried about because a lot of our jobs are going to be shorter distances. So I'm not super concerned about increasing our fuel efficiency just yet. However, once we get into longer distances and stuff like that, upwards of like 650, 400, up to 1,000, then we're going to need to start looking at putting stats into fuel economy. But yeah, for right now, we're doing rank 1. Let's check our email. Let's see what we got here. Need money, we can help. Oh, we got the bank unlocked. There we go. So we can actually take a loan out if we would like to. Brand new Western Star trucks for sale. Visit their showroom in Salina. And then used truck dealerships. I actually don't remember this being a thing. I could be mistaken. Maybe it's always been a part of the game, but we can browse used truck offers, and with Trusty, you find the perfect truck that suits your needs. So there we go. Now we actually have the bank available to us in which we can do 10,000, 50,000, or 100,000, and then we just don't really have the capital to do a $400,000 loan. Realistically, I don't even feel like we need to have a $400,000 loan, anything like that. I'm not saying that we need to take a loan right now, but what we do need to take a look at is some truck dealers here. A selection of older trucks is now available at considerable discount in used truck offers. Let's take a look around here. So we got the Western Star. You can buy online, but you need to own at least 3 trucks before you can buy online. Or we can just visit the selected dealership, say, yes, that's where I want to go. And it takes us right there. Now we're going to see all different style trucks. So obviously this semi here does not have a sleeper cab on it. So we would actually have to pull into hotels and stuff like that in order to get any sort of rest. 120-gallon fuel tank. I can only imagine how expensive that's going to be. Different color palettes. Oh, there we go. See, there is one for a with a sleeper cab. We can basically pull into a parking lot and just sleep in the back of our truck. But you can see you have to be level 10 in order to purchase that truck. Level 13 for that one. And we don't even have anywhere near enough money to purchase our first truck. So sad to say, but Western Star, they're not going to be getting our business today. We just need to get back out on the road. Well, let's check out the used trucks though. Doubt that we have enough money to afford any of these either, as I'm already looking in the background and seeing some trucks for $100,000. But let's truck state overview. Condition: vehicle has a significant mechanical issue affecting performance and reliability, so that'd be our 1-star trucks. You may need to consider a total restoration or replacement of multiple parts. Well, that doesn't sound fun for us. Vehicle exhibits mechanical issues that could compromise its performance. That also doesn't sound too good. 3 stars, vehicles roadworthy but may have some issues. 4-star, vehicles in solid condition with only minor wear and tear. And then 5-star, vehicles in excellent condition. Permanent wear represents systematic aging and wear across the whole entire vehicle, fixed by a total restoration, which is not something that I think we need to really get into this early on in the game. And then parts wear, mileage, and accidents lead the wear and tear on individual parts. Monitor condition and replace if necessary. Noted. So we have a lot of 5-star trucks up here. I would assume that we could probably filter by star. As we progress through here, we can see a lot of these trucks are just as expensive as brand new trucks. I mean, I get it. They're 5 stars. Totally understand why they'd want so much money for these trucks. But then we have Volvo. Actually, these were all of the trucks, I'm pretty sure. So Western Stars, Volvo. Yeah, none of these are really going to be in our price range. I mean, we could, in essence, visit the bank and take a loan out and then just continue doing some quick jobs in order to make some more money. But right now, we don't owe anyone anything. We're not even having to take care of our own truck at this point. So let's take a look at the current job market again. We're going to do one more quick job. I think we got time for another quick job here. Oh, here's one. Check this out. We could go from Topeka, Kansas down to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I like it. Now, if we did own our own truck and we accepted that job that took us over to Phillipsburg, our truck would be in Phillipsburg and we would not be able to start in Topeka. We would actually have to take a contract in Phillipsburg that gets us back over to Topeka or close to Topeka. We could even get ourselves down over to Kansas City. Do we got anything going over to Kansas City? I mean, that's a $6,700 contract right there. I mean, that's not bad. How far is that? 218 miles. So it's a little bit longer than the contract that we just did. We have another $5,400 contract here. 239 miles, not bad. It's taking us over to Salina. Route doesn't look too bad. Of course, looks can be absolutely deceiving. Marysville, Kansas, down to Wichita, 222. You know what? I'm kind of leaning on taking this Tyson contract here. What are we delivering? Tires. We're delivering tires. Let's go ahead and take that job real quick. And with that, I feel like we are ready to roll. We'll go on and move on out of here, get these tires over to Salina, get these all delivered. Let's make sure we kind of swing this a little wide so we don't run into anything as we're departing the area. That would be absolutely embarrassing. Like hitting that yellow Mustang. That'd probably be a bummer for that gentleman. It looks like we got a little red, kind of like a, what's that, Challenger? Charger? It's 30 mile an hour is the speed limit as we move out of town here. So we'll go ahead and set the cruise control so we know that we don't get ourselves hemmed up with any sort of a ticket here as we're leaving the area. Look at even the residential areas just look really nice. I mean, this is so, it's just, the game just has, like, graphically, the game is just, I think the game's gorgeous. I mean, look at that house. That is a beautiful house. That is one thing I wish you could do in this game is actually, like, purchase a house and then, you know, you could either fast travel or maybe buy a car and travel to and from your headquarters and stuff like that. I think that would be a pretty cool addition to the game. But with everything that it currently has, and I mean, again, this game right now, or I shouldn't say right now, but last I looked, this game was like $5 on Steam. So if you're someone that just kind of likes to drive around, or maybe you're into semi-trucks and you just like all the big rig equipment, $5 to play this game. I know it sounds like I'm promoting this and I'm sponsored by American Trucking Simulator. I can assure you that is not the case. I just like to spread the good news. I mean, $5 for a game these days? Hell, these days $5 can barely get you a candy bar and a soda from the gas station. Looks like we're going to be jumping on the interstate. I think this is 70 right here. Yes, it is. We're going to be hitting East 70, heading over towards Salina. Let's go ahead, kick the blinker on, let everyone know what we're doing. See how that guy recognizes that my blinker's on. He now knows that he's safe to pull out. I kind of was going to take this left turn a little too fast, in my opinion. Almost had to come to a screeching halt. That little truck behind me is probably just... Oh man, he's got to be irritated with me. Like as soon as he see my blinker turn on to turn left, he was probably like, man, I got to follow him onto the expressway now. At least that's how I feel in real life when I get stuck behind semis trying to get onto the expressway. Oh, don't look now, but we got the fuzz pulling up here on our left. Look at that right there. Got the cruise control set to 72. He ain't concerned about us. He's gonna pass us in the left lane. It looks like he's kind of mad dogging that red car in front of him a little bit. We'll see if the lights come on. Typically, if anyone's speeding and then the fuzz shows up on the highway, they tend to slow down just a little bit. Very similar to real life for probably the majority of us. Quickly passing through Hays, Kansas, and then we look off in the distance there. We can see the golden arches for the McDonald's. Got a couple of them. The old 76 mobile station. Man, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. That's a nice little touch there. Got us some hotels off in the distance. I also did see, oh, we got an Ashley furniture store over there. There was also a Walmart that was within Hays as well. Oh, hit the rumble strips a little bit. They even sound like they do in real life. Oh, we just got hit with a fine for our headlight usage. I thought I had my headlights on. I swore I had my headlights on, and as soon as it turned dusk, we got hit with a headlight fine. It was $80. It's $80 we didn't have to spend on a dumb fine like our headlights. We're going to be jumping off here at 9th Street, down here and hit the traffic light. Make a right turn, followed by a left turn. Hopefully this light stays green for us, and we can just kind of go ahead and continue to cruise right on off here. Perfect. Swing it just a little wide, Misled. Don't mess this up. All right. Perfect. Last job of the day. We've already been hit with a headlight fine. It's kind of a bummer. Last thing we need to do is damage the cargo and have to get fined for that as well. Poke our head out the window, kind of take a peek to see what's going on. Still got the the red left turn light here. Just we're gonna wait in our turn so that we can go and get this cargo delivered. Not bad though. We picked up a couple quick job contracts, made a quick, what are we gonna make by the time we're done with this? Probably about close to about $13,000. Man, this light could turn green anytime it would like to. That'd be perfect for us. So we can go ahead and get this cargo delivered, collect up on that money that we're owed. Got to pay that $80 headlight fine. All right, wheeling her in. I just realized too, I'm looking down at my dash. I'm pretty sure that's the parking brake light is on, but we are clearly not being hit with the parking brake. I tell you what we're gonna try to do. Oh, that looks rough over there. That looks rough. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just gonna pull straight ahead. Oh no, I keep hitting A on my controller to just go ahead and accept, like, to say, hey, yes, that's where I want to park the vehicle. And it just completely skips the parking. So that's one thing to kind of keep an eye on. If you are going to play the game with a controller, just be cautious. Sometimes you'll inadvertently skip your parking scenario and lose out on a little bit of extra XP there. But with that, it takes us into level 2. So I think what we're going to do is just continue to pump some of our stat points into long distances. This is going to unlock us up to 650 miles. Also, 10% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 400 miles. So that's going to be nice as well. We're going to make a little bit of extra money. I like it. We're going to go ahead and apply that. I think our next skill point that we utilize is going to go into fuel economy, because we are going to be starting to get upwards of these long distance trips. So saving on gas is definitely going to help us out. We also need to make our minds in the next episode if we're going to take a loan out from the bank and see what we can do to get ourselves our first truck. Hopefully, we're not going to be too far off from getting our first garage either. And then down the line, we can also look to be hiring us some new drivers as well. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here from American Trucking Simulator, as we are back in Topeka, Kansas at our headquarters. Next time around, we're going to be taking on some longer contracts. We might even try to get outside the state lines of Kansas, make ourselves some more money. Like I said, we need to get with the bank. We need to try to get our own truck. We need to try to get a garage. There's a lot that we can do. Nonetheless, hope you guys have enjoyed the content here with American Trucking Simulator. And with that, we'll catch you in the next video.